I'm Cynthia here at Cornell Farm, getting ready to demonstrate how to plant cover crop. The reason why we plant cover crops is to fix nitrogen into the soil, so that decreases our need for fertilizer for our plants, and also to add green manure to our soil. When we are putting greenery like this back into the soil, we call it green manure. It's basically a way of composting inside your garden bed. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of reading the package. Not all cover crops have the same requirements. So there's almost every seed package has great information on the back of the package that tells you how deep to plant, when to plant, how far apart to plant your seeds. So it's really important to not assume that you know, but to actually read the instructions. So this particular cover crop, the peas and oats, they like to go at a seed depth of 1 inch. They're going to emerge in 7 to 14 days. They're going to sprout in 7 to 14 days. They say to scatter them about 3 inches apart, and no thinning is required. And these plants, the seedlings will be mature in 50 to 70 days. So on the seed package, you have the opportunity to write what's the date where you planted your seeds. You just can't imagine how important it is to keep these kinds of facts around, because we forget them so quickly, and then we are always wondering, okay, when's this going to be ready? So it's also very good to put it on your calendar, on your garden calendar, so that you can keep track of what's happening in your garden. So, and what time you need to be looking and planning ahead to do the next task. So for example, I will know that in 50 to 70 days, I'm going to need to be out here with my pitchfork turning these crops back in. I'm going to plant the Soil Builder peas and oats cover crop. This is what this packet of seed looks like. So
beautiful.
These are the oats, and these are the peas. These round ones are the peas. These are the oats. The first thing I did was to clean the whole bed out, every leaf, every nook and cranny, because that's where bugs and diseases tend to breed during the winter. Instead of sticking my finger in and planting these seeds, I got some top coat here that I can scatter my seeds, get them all arranged, and then I can just shovel the top coat over the top that's just about 1 inch deep. So I have plenty of seeds in this one pack to do this whole area. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to really sweat exactly 3 inches between the seeds. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. That is probably a little thicker than what they asked for, but I'm going for it. To finish off this first little area, I'm just going to take my shovel, get all the dirt clods out of there, and just gently start covering. Well, I can see that's a little tedious. So instead of doing it that way, I'm going to do it this way. You just keep at it. It's really quite fun. I can just see a few seeds peeking out, so I just throw another handful on those. Now I'm just going to pat down all over my seeds. So then I will just keep doing this same thing across this whole bed, and I'm going to water these in. I want to water down so that the seeds get damp, but I don't want it sloshing around in any mud. So this just requires a little bit of finesse here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check and see if I watered deep enough to dampen those seeds. And I can tell that it's damp down this far. So I'm good. This is perfect. This is ready to go. Since it's going to be cold this week, it's going to start getting in the 30s. It's going to be in the 30s a couple of nights this week. That's a little cold for little starts, but I don't think they'll be up yet, so I think they'll be okay. But I'm going to show you how we use freeze cloth to protect our seeds if we get them in the ground and there's a chance of frost. This is an old sheet of freeze cloth that I used on my tomatoes last year to extend the season. And it's a little ratty, but it's no big deal. We sell this in packages, so you can get this for yourselves. So let's imagine that tonight it's going to be 31 degrees. I would just come out here like this, I'd lay it over my planted area. I would secure it in place, and I would leave it on here for the days that it's like below 35. So, any questions, you can send us a note and ask, and we'll try to answer, or come on down to the kitchen garden, we can talk about it.